collective. Man, I was in a foul mood yesterday, so I didn't do a reading because I was like, seeing that energy is just going to come through and tell everyone a fucking tower moment is happening. Anyway, I'm feeling energy-wise like really good this morning. I just had a few things I needed to work through yesterday, and it's funny because the card that I've pulled for the collective this morning, I didn't know much about, so I've like been researching it since about 3:30 this morning. The Pallas Athena card, which means think. It's actually it's actually interesting because a lot of this stuff is stuff I'm actually personally working on at the moment. I just didn't know how, look, I'm learning a lot about how planetary shifts and stuff do actually play into my life. I feel very sensitive to it, and I've just never noticed just how much until I've gone back over time to see when big events have happened in my life, what's been happening with the planets, right? Could be coincidence. I don't know. I like to believe that the universe has a lot more to tell us than we as... I'll take that back. I think the universe has a lot to show us, teach us about ourselves that white European colonial capitalist society would rather that we didn't know about ourselves. Anyway, but I know that for tens of thousands of years, Indigenous people have been using the sky to navigate a lot of parts of our lives, long before Western spirituality became a thing. Anyway, I guess you all know, like, where I'm coming from with these readings now is I like to take in all the factors of what's going on for me for it to completely make sense. Hi, I am autistic and ADHD. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about this. Pallas Athena, I'm not properly pronouncing Athena right because it does have like a little accent to it. It's Greek. Anyway, Athena is an asteroid that was named after Athena, the goddess of strategic war, the sister of Ares, the god of chaotic war. What she represents is sharp, guarded intellect, our nurturing and creative energies, how they should never be underestimated because of how strong and wise they are. And we were always meant to feel them. All of those creative, all of those nurturing feelings, energies, energy in motion, were things we were always supposed to feel. But, you know, we know that's not suitable to the white supremacist European Christian hegemony, right? Because you can't really capitalize on emotion in the sense that we can personally capitalize on the balancing of our emotions, right? Capitalism can't capitalize on that. But what they can capitalize on is us all tapping into what are deemed the more masculine emotions, the grounded, rooted in three-dimensional energy, that's visionary in a way that benefits the colony. Anyway, back to Athena. Athena was the daughter of Zeus and Metis, and she was born out of Zeus's forehead. Zeus and Metis were lovers, but Zeus was married to someone else. Can't think of what her name is now. Oh, Hera. Anyway, Zeus killed Athena's mum to hide her so that Hera never found out. Anyway, what Athena does in our birth chart, wherever she's placed, assists us in navigating the toxic ranks of power, right? She teaches us real skill development. She teaches us how to develop our crafts, how to be better articulate, how to create better tech, how to really harness our concentration. She's a real proponent of balancing those different energies that go into making humans up, that have been colonially constructed as binary, male, female. But I don't think that those energies are specific to male, female. I think they're just specific to humans, right? Athena's asking us to balance our intellectual defenses. So, look, me yesterday, I've been working through something for the last few months, and my intuition very strongly is guiding me in a certain direction. And I find myself in a battle with my head, wanting to ignore my intuition because I would rather go the path where my fear doesn't get activated, right? Wouldn't we all? Anyway, so I really had to sit with myself yesterday and say, Sin, you are reacting out of fear here. Fear is coming up. It's interfering in your thinking, your mood, everything. You know what you know through your intuition, and it's bothering you that you don't have the 3D evidence to back it up, right? So it's actually really timely that this has come in this morning, because it's really reinforcing for me that I need to have more trust in the space that sits between here and here, where I can look at here and I can look at here with curiosity in both ways, right? Okay, so why is my brain throwing those things at me? Okay, what is my heart space saying to me about this? Okay, what does my gut Because did you know there's more messages sent between your gut and your brain than your heart and your brain every single day? So that gut feeling exists. When your gut signifies something, listen. Anyway, Athena asks us not to take her into our intimate spaces. We don't need strategies of war in our intimate spaces. I mean, I've lived an existence where strategies of war have been in my intimate spaces, and it made me never want to be in intimate spaces again. So yeah, don't take Athena into your intimate spaces. It's not worth it. Athena does ask us to take personal inventory. It asks us to be an observer of ourselves. Take really honest inventory of how we are showing up, how we are balancing our energies, how we are tapping into our knowledges, skills, and stuff that can be used in a more strategic manner to fight the battles that we need to on a systemic and societal level, but also on a micro level with ourselves, and the people around us. Athena would like to know, are you minimizing or shaming that nurturing, fertile, creative energy within yourself? Is there some kind of societal conditioning that said that's you can't make good decisions from that space? You can't. Are you denying your own emotional intelligence? Are you stopping it from expanding, growing, learning, becoming more? It's really asking you to stay connected, reconnect, or forge a new connection between your logical mind and your heart, your feelings. Because, we all have these energies in us, the nurturer, creator, the visionary rooted, but they all need to come into balance. And I think this is something that we always knew as Indigenous people, is that those energies need to be in balance. We know that different bodies do different things, right? We've always known that. We've always known a certain body can birth a baby. We've always known that a different type of body fertilizes the egg. We've always known that. But we never had such rigid constructs within our communities that put those body types into boxes to look a certain way all the time, Anyway, so I think it's just really important to learn how to properly navigate between these energies. Something I'm still learning to do consistently. I think especially if you have a history of complex trauma, if you have AuDHD, and or anything else that causes intrusive thoughts that come in that are out of your control, I think don't be hard on yourself when those thoughts come, because it happens to me all the time. Healing doesn't mean triggers don't happen still. It just means that we tend to be able to see them before they become too big, right? Once we really start observing ourselves, really taking the time to observe us, be our witness, be our own witnesses. don't be afraid to ask for help on how to navigate between these energies, right? White European capitalist colonial hegemony would like us to believe that, like milk, we are homogenizable. We aren't. That's not natural for us. It never has been, it never will be. And trying to fit into these boxes is causing a lot of us grief and trauma and yeah, so I think Athena wants us to ask for help on how to navigate this stuff. So I think don't sit in silence and try and work it out yourself. If emotional intelligence is not your strong suit, for me, it's the rooted, grounded energies I really struggle with. That's where I need to find a bit more balance, because I really struggle participating in this society as it is. But yeah, Athena's not something that will come up in a normal birth chart creation. You have to actually go and find one that will pinpoint all the asteroids and stuff that were in, well, the places of all the asteroids at the time you were born. But yeah, Athena really, say hi, Da. Athena really wants us to use the combination of energies, the rigorous logic and the unbridled curiosity about truth, to open the heart space, because it's really all connected. Isn't it, Dada? It's all connected, yeah. Okay, just one add-on, because I meant to add this into the video and didn't write it down to remind myself, because AuDHD brain, which is fine. So the card imagery really did stand out to me today, because we've got the olives, and olives in spirituality stand for peace, right? But for me, it's an even stronger message, because right now we have olives and olive trees representing the resistance to imperialist genocidal violence, as demonstrated by the Palestinians as they face these violent attacks, but still demonstrate their love and their deep-rooted connections to their land. And the olive trees are a great representation of that. Then the mask itself. So for me, like, I'm just taking all the Indigenous kind of stuff that's coming to me as I'm reading the meanings of these things, right? So masks represent the ability to tap into ancient ancestral archetypes. The mask is saying, let's reawaken or bring those things to the forefront. Let's bring those skills, those strengths, all that wisdom and knowledge that we have about how to have communities that thrive in abundance and love and everything we need, and safety and connection to beyond the physical, you know? Anyway, Darcy really loves getting involved in these, so hi.